going on, guys? So today I had the group call with Mina, the team call. So it was me and two others, me and two others with Mina. So me, Mina, and two others. And yeah, so I'll put that at the end of this show and you can hear it there. So today was an interesting one because I woke up, I started doing my own stuff, working on making scripts for content. And I found a very simple way to do this. I just did a lot of conversing back and forth with Gabriel P. Thomas, which is ChatGPT, in case this is your first ever time listening to the show, in which thank you so much for your support. So with ChatGPT, and I don't know if this is a premium feature or not, because I pay the $20 a month for the slightly better one. And anyway, so what am I saying here? Yeah, so I'm just trying to get organized here. So, so there's projects in there. So meaning it's essentially a folder. So it's a folder of whatever I'm working on. And it houses all the chats that I have. And then with those chats, with those projects, I can give special instructions on how to reply, how to format answers, how to respond, all this stuff inside that project only. And I can also put PDFs or files in there that it draws off of and just kind of uses that as rules, whatever. And so it keeps everything organized. So I've had this feature for quite a while now, and I've never used it. So I'm kind of upset that I didn't try sooner. But anyway, I put a whole bunch of different rules, response regulations, all this preference, tonality, all this stuff into one project. So now when I say, hey, write me a script for this post, it does so. And I changed quite a bit of it, but it puts the core of the whole thing there for me. And I was able to bang out, let's see, where is it at? I wrote it down. So if you guys remember, I think it was yesterday, I was talking about how in 2 days, I made 4 reels the other day, the idea for the content and the caption. And if you take my first 3, it took me 41 minutes total to write 3 ideas plus the caption. Now today, with the help of Gabriel, I was able to write 3 in 21 minutes. So I cut the time in half. That's a huge win for me. Very, very happy with that. And the idea, I think my problem is that if I can't just abuse the volume of something and just go, it's almost like I don't even want to try, because I can follow 1,000 people in a day. I can message 1,000 people in a day. I absolutely can. But there's caps. You can only follow however many people. Otherwise, they'll block you or suppress your content, whatever it is. You can only do so much of that. And per hour, for example, I think you can only message 20 people an hour and follow however many people an hour as well now. So in the past, I had an app. It was called Captivate, I think it was called. It was for Instagram, and it just followed however many people per day. And I got my account up to 32,000 followers. True story. And the problem, what the hell just happened? Oh. And the problem with that is, a lot of people followed me, and that's great, but they were only following me because I followed them, not necessarily because they like my content. But still to this day, there's people who followed me from that little bit of my life. They still follow me to this day, which I think is interesting. There's only not even 10, but still a thing. So I think that's pretty interesting. I think it's cool. But anyway, just these caps makes me so I can't. And the thing with the content creation is I want to be able to do that, and I can, but I just have to be able to streamline the process so much that it is, for example, I did 3 in 20 minutes. So that in theory means I should be able to get about 9 in an hour. So that means if I were to just take the first 3 hours, just brutal focus, we'll just say even 4 hours, and I got 30 reels, okay? 30 reels because I did 3, so that's 9 per hour. If I did it for 4 hours, that'd be 36. So if I just did 30 30 and 4 hours, I could post 3 reels. I could do 4 reels a day, and I don't want to do that. But doing 2 to 3 reels per day, every day, that sounds fucking awesome, because that is so much feedback, so much response, so many eyes on my page. That's fucking awesome. And that's what I want to do. But because I can't do it, I'm like, well, I'll just not do anything at all. And I'll just sit here. And that's not really what I think, but kind of, I guess. So anyway, just running the math on that, because goddamn, I forgot to turn my light off. The shorter that I can make the reel itself, the longer or the less time it takes me to edit it, which is awesome. And the less time, so the shorter the reel, the script or whatever that I want to say, the shorter the time spent editing it will be, and the shorter the video itself will be. So it's just the shorter. It's a win-win-win if I keep it short. And yeah, so if we just say that it's 4 hours for 30 reels, and sorry, apparently I can't multitask. Good Lord. 4 hours for 30 reels, and then maybe we'll just say it takes me, see, this is the part where it adds up. We'll say it takes me double that to, let's see, it takes me double that to film, because I have an idea of just keeping every single reel the same, just to build the consistency, and I'm talking same. Me sitting in a chair, camera zooms in, I'm saying the shit, and it's just that, because that, I can build hella consistency with that. So, whatever. Let's just say, for the sake of the example, that it takes me double the amount of time, which I think it would actually take me a little bit more, but whatever. So 8 hours to edit those 30, to film those reels. And then we'll say another 4 hours, another 8 hours, or whatever to, I don't even know if this is realistic numbers. The more I talk about it, the more I'm like, fuck, this is a horrible example. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about this. So whatever. So let's just say 8 hours to film 30 reels, 8 hours to edit 30 reels, 4 hours to come up with the thing and script. So 20 hours. So yeah, that's a lot of time. If I split that into 2 days, so if I captions and filmed on one day and then edited them all the next day, something like that, then I could do that. So if I were to just cut all of this in half and do 15, because 30 is pretty crazy in one day, but if I were to just do 15, cut all those numbers in half, it'd take me 10 hours. So again, in theory and on paper, should be able to wake up at 5 a.m., start my shit by 7, finish it by 5, have everything good to go. Then I would be able to post 2 reels per day. And I just would rather do that, because that is so much more feedback. That's so much more eyes on my shit. And I am capable of doing it 100%. I can. I guess I can. It's just a matter of getting the captions and everything set and ready to go, and getting the scripts. So all I have to do is just reference my laptop, and I can just, like I said, I don't have to be all fancy with it. I can just literally sit in my chair in my room, make it kind of fancy looking, get some cool lighting, whatever, and that's it, done. So that's all I'd have to do. And I think I want to do that just to build the consistency and kind of get personal brand going. Because if I, for example, if I wore the same clothes every time that I did this, or the same outfit, or the same color shirt, or whatever, kind of like Alex Hormozi. Everybody knows that he wears the Crocs, he wears the wife beater and a flannel, sometimes a flannel, and he has these shorts, whatever, and a hat. That's it. You could be him for Halloween. You can't be me for Halloween, because I just dress normal, I guess. So yeah, there's that idea. I thought about getting a custom branded shirt with Allegiant Excellence on there. Yeah. So anyway, it would just be the same shit, very easy to do. That allows me to build the consistency, and it allows me to build some kind of familiarity with me. And yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I had to end right there, but I wanted to end this off with a little bit more, and then I'll have the team Zoom call at the end of this. So The other thing that I did today was I finally got my corner desk, and that drastically improved my workspace. I got things a little bit more set up. I still have some drawers kind of spread out across my room. I don't know what I'm going to put where, but I already have my printer set up on the lower end of the desk. And it's a big corner desk with the corner. One part sits a little bit lower than the other. So I think that's just I think honestly it is for a printer. So I put that there. It's perfect size, perfect fit, perfect spot as far as how far an outlet can reach. So that's cool. I'm glad that it can reach, because that would suck if I set it all up and the outlets don't work. And the thing is, this room that I'm in, the office that I have, is meant for a bedroom. Is pretty much just based off of where the plugs are and where the outlets are, because there's one, they're just evenly spread for a bed to be placed right in the middle of this room. And where all my shit is, it's right in the middle. So kind of shitty, but it is what it is. But anyway, I got the desk, pretty hyped about that. I sat down at it because I got my other chair. So I have 2 chairs in here and 2 desks, which is kind of one big wraparound desk, which is pretty cool. Now, the idea, like I talked about before, is to have this be my work area where I'm sitting now, this chair and the desk and the monitors, the laptop. This is my work area. This is where I work. And then we have the other area over here, which is for, honestly, if I'm going to eat, I'm going to eat over there. And that is so that I can put everything that I might need, vitamins, things like that, supplements, water, you name it, all in one spot and have it be there, not take up space. And then since it's a corner desk, I can just turn 90 degrees, and then I have another, what we call a watering hole. And this is not why I bought the desk, because I needed more space. But learning more from Alex Ramosi, that's what he does, and he sees much success with that. So having certain areas be associated with different tasks and having everything that I might need in that area to do the task that I need to do, which lessens the amount of willpower that I need to get the thing done, which doesn't leave me mentally fatigued as quickly or as often, because willpower is, I'm not going to say literally, but willpower is a muscle. And the more that you work it, the tired it gets, the more you use, the more it needs recovery. You wake up in the morning, you're fresh, you're ready to go. Towards the end of the day, you've depleted a lot of it. And so it's harder to abstain from certain things. So that's that. So I just want to have a workstation, which is where I'm at now. And I want to go be able to stand up. So I know the audio is going to go to shit, but I just stood up. I walked over. Now I'm sitting in the other chair. I'm now facing the corner. Now I'm facing the other wall. And I got so much more storage to get rid of distractions. Pretty cool. Pretty hyped about that. I also somehow finagled my damn whiteboard to be over here as well. Now, I've always had my whiteboard, because it's a flippable whiteboard. And it's I want to say it's a 6 foot by 3 feet, something like that. And landscape-wise. And I've always had it, because it flips, about a foot away from the wall or 2 feet away from the wall, which kind of puts it in the middle of the room, kind of. But I just realized that I don't have to do that. I can place it right up against the wall, but if I want to flip it, I will have to pull it out and move it, which does suck. But then I thought, how often do I flip this? And then I answered my question with, I haven't flipped it once in the last 2 months. So it's probably not something I need to worry about. So anyway, did that. So now my whiteboard is right here instead of across the room or behind me, which is pretty cool. So now I can just grab a marker. I can start doing shit right here. I could, because it's all white, I can use it almost as a backdrop. I'm going to actually pull up my phone's camera right now and see what it would look like if I had this. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, kinda. Not really. Whatever. It's a work in progress. But all this to say, I got my desk set up and it's all good to go with the help of my amazing and wonderful, truly beautiful, truly fantastic, marvelous, wonderful, magnificent lady, Alexis. So, and she was such a trooper helping me build a desk. I don't this is me talking from the heart here. I don't think she wanted to do it whatsoever, but she did, and I love her so much. So anyway, got that fixed. Not to mention, she made me a sandwich while we were doing this. That's so a PB&J. Anyway, so I got all this going, and it's unfortunate because it did take a chunk of my day. This thing got delivered around 12:30 or 1 o'clock or something like that. It's still not done, but I spent probably 4 hours working on it earlier, and then I just spent maybe 10 minutes bringing stuff into the room, and that's that. So that was a good chunk of my day spent doing this, but another day has gone by where I'm utilizing the Todoist productivity system here, and it's honestly working very well for me because I look at it, I see what I need to do, and it's very simple. It's just straightforward. I think a calendar view is awesome, but having tasks that I can see that need to get done rather than blocks, I think that's better for me. I'm still going to keep the calendar. Calendar is super important. But I also have discovered that there's a calendar view. There's a calendar part of this whole, this app, the software. But I just have to buy the premium version, which is fine because it's $4 a month. So you get custom reminders and task durations, calendar layout. Instead of just 5 projects, I can have 300. I can have 150 filters. I have unlimited activity history. I have an AI assistant, which is, ooh. What's the AI assistant? Let's go learn about this. AI assistant. Let artificial intelligence help you with your tasks and filters. Okay, cool. Why would I want to do that? A lot of stuff I don't know. Wow, it breaks everything down. File uploads, calendar layout. Visualize and plan any project's tasks in a calendar layout. Switch between layouts anytime. That's awesome. Team workspace. What the hell is this? No. Custom reminders. Tweak the timing of automatic reminders. Add multiple reminders per task and even trigger the time based on their location. Add a start time and duration to your task. Create a realistic plan for each day. Rest is easy knowing you can always restore and make backups if you accidentally delete a project. Activity history is 1 week. Oh, that's cool. Themes 8. Cool. So anyway, I share all this because it's fucking awesome. And I'm seeing a lot of success with this. So what I'm going to do really quick is just because I haven't done it yet, I'm just going to do it live on the show, I guess. And it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal whatsoever. I did my sales call on the way home. I drove when I was doing it. So it was great. Got it done. So I could come home and go to bed. But I decided to record this. All good. So I just got to write about it. So we're on day 3 of the Blade. Feels good. Hold on. We got to go in here. You guys like episode 458 yesterday? Bag of shit. That's so funny to me. Holy hell. Guys, that's so funny to me. When it first did it, it was so out of pocket and so loud. Not loud. It just screamed it. And I'm going to exaggerate this a little bit, but it didn't say bag of shit. It said bag of shit. That's what it did. And me and Lexi were in this. We both just laughed our asses off because I thought, what the hell? Screaming. But anyway, I'm going to write about the goddamn role play. So what did I do not good? What I did good was handled objections smoothly and with confidence. Now, what I didn't do good, didn't even find out his workout routine. I also didn't dig deep on the pain points enough. So I did dig deep, I feel like, but I didn't get close enough to the pain points. So, yeah, there's that. So that's that. Now I got to edit the script a little bit, so tweak it, make it so it flows better. Okay, what I'm going to do is actually have ChatGPT work this because I don't know if I like it. So let's go start a new chat. Rework this to flow smoother. It's awesome, man. I love asking questions like this because what you just said is 100% achievable and faster than you might think as well. As long as you're willing to put in the work, there's no reason we can't use those, you know what I mean? Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. That was very clean. Usually I have to tell Gabriel Pete Thomas to try again because it's sometimes pure asshole responses, sometimes. But this is pretty good. So just adjusted that. So now what we can do, go right here, boom. Okay. Also, on my list today was to post on Instagram, and I didn't do that. I'm really bummed about that. So I've got streaks on here. It's an integration with Todoist. I can track the streaks. And because I didn't do it today, it is now going to fail. And I think it just fails. I think complete recurring task, complete forever. Move to, yeah, so I think if I just don't do it today, it just goes tomorrow and, you know, it is what it is. Record and upload podcast. So I might actually, I'm going to change this. So I'm going to make 2 out of this. Give myself more things here. So record and upload podcast. Record podcast. We're going to save that as one. And then upload podcast, we're going to save as the second one. So it's 2 different tasks. Because I want to be able to record a show and then click that button. That's what I want to do. So, bed project, record podcast, upload. Yep. Okay, so I look at the Today tab. All I have to do is post on Instagram, record a podcast, and upload a podcast. Now, completed today. How do I go to completed today? Oh, today. Just like it says it right there. What the hell? What am I looking at here? Today. Completed. Oh, it says right there. So I did a Crucible. So I woke up, 5 comments and posts, 5 DMs to people that interact with my stuff, 5 DMs to people I don't know. It was a rest day, so I got to click that off. It wasn't late anywhere. Purge, boom. Zoom call with the team. That's done. Follow 10 people. Oh, I got to take that off. Whatever. Follow 10 people on social media. Did my rigor, which is what I left a 5-star review for my FedEx driver today. And then I did my role play. And then I recorded a podcast. Interesting. So it says I completed it even though I undid it because I have not completed a podcast. So wait, I'll click this. Undo it, go to completed, record podcast twice. So it does fuck it up. I don't like that. That's incorrect data right there. All right, guys. Well, I'm kind of going on and on here. And that's not the goal. I don't even know if this is recording. Holy shit. So what you're going to hear now is I'm going to put the team Zoom call at the end of this. And, you know, it's cool because I got part of the Zoom call, but it is shitty because it cut out right there at the very end. And so the show just ends abruptly, but it's all good. So yeah, the team call was just a whole bunch of random shit. So if you don't want to listen to it, because there is a lot of quiet time and a lot of things where I'm not even talking. So if you are interested in that, then listen. But if not, I would say don't listen. Don't waste your time and click out of it right now. But that's the show, guys. Appreciate you listening. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Like, people genuinely are, like, very happy. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, guys, because so last week I don't know if I explained my train of thought with this month, right? Where we're all about systems and, like, really getting good at the process with us, okay? In terms of, like, the way I think about it is, like, if 50 clients fell on our laps today, can we handle them, okay? I'm going to tell you guys from the start of this week and like this weekend, that's going to fucking happen. Because today alone, we signed 3 clients. the rest of my week is completely booked out. Like if you want to book a consultation with me for more clients, it's 7 days. Like you have to wait till next week. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just completely booked out. And obviously some of them are Zoom calls with their clients or themselves, like me serving. But I don't know what the fuck happened today. Like my VA on my Instagram has been just like this. Like he's like book call. I'm like, oh shit. So yeah. So
what a problem.
Yeah, what a problem. It's a good problem.
Very good problem.
I know. I don't sound grateful.
No, I totally understand. It's just my place for your place. You know, it's funny.
I know, but you'll get there. Anyways, so we like need like all hands on deck, 100%, right? Because Johnny, you especially are in charge of like programming new clients. I'm going to add 2 new clients to be programmed today. I'll add that to the log for you to take care of probably by tomorrow. It doesn't take you too long anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. Michelle, you're going to be seeing quite a few clients in the next week or so introduce themselves in the community. So that impacts you 100%. And plus, like, I'm actually very happy with the clients. Like, Bryson, are you in our community?
I don't think so. I don't think I added no, I don't think so. I probably should put myself in there though, huh?
Do you mind if I add you?
No, that's cool.
Let me add you.
Bryson, also,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, Bryson, if you see anything that you feel like would be good to reword or, I don't know, anything, just let me know. Johnny, you too.
Okay. In reference to what exactly? Just anything?
So anything. Like each week we have like a task for them to do, like Mindset Mondays, Tasty Tuesdays. If you see there's a way to kind of like reword it to engage them more, let me know.
Okay.
And I can.
Okay, I'm going there now. I actually haven't checked it out that much.
Yeah, any ideas you guys have, like, feel free. Like, we're all really collaborative, as you guys can tell. You know, although I can sound very erratic at times with just my random ideas. I love the collaboration, and I love the different perspectives that each and every one of us brings. And plus, like Coach Andrew, when he's back from overseas next week, I love his ideas too. I love everyone's ideas for the most part. Some ideas are shit, and I will tell you they're shit. So, but yeah, so the community, that's going to be very vibrant, 100%. People are loving it, 1000%. I've been using the community as like a very good selling point for us. Like every week I'm going to be like doing that screen recording that I post of like, for example, the reason I think today has been crazy, today is technically called Blue Monday. Have you guys ever heard of that? Blue Monday?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Me neither until today. Blue Monday is the Monday after, like the third Monday of January or so, where people like have just given up on their week, like given up on their progress. You know what I mean? Like they set that whole New Year's resolution. It's the third Monday and they're like, shit, like I'm just fucked. You know, first couple Mondays are like, first couple Mondays, they're like, dude, I'm like, you know, I'm going to reset this week. Last week wasn't the best, but this week, now they just gave up. So I think that's why my inbox has been like so full. Because people are just like literally, and I put a CTA out yesterday. CTA means call to action for Johnny and Michelle, where, you know, you'll see me like post like I'm looking for 5 people, whatever. Like we got a lot of responses. Like I had a couple people like vote on it, then swipe up and say I'll start today, whatever, blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, you wish. So that's usually the case. All right. So coming up, I think it's just going to be, it's just going to steamroll, because this is what happened last year and I didn't know it was happening. Last year, I told you guys, I think I doubled or almost tripled the amount of clients we had at the time. And that's when like I decided to like cut the fat. I was like, you know what? I can't handle this many clients. So the clients that I can't serve, or maybe they're just not benefiting, peace. You know, this time I don't think we're going to do that, because I like our clients. I love our clients, most of them. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why we have all hands on deck. So Johnny, you with the programming, Michelle with the community, Bryson, you and I have been working in tandem with the onboarding as well, because this like puts a lot of pressure on finishing the onboarding by February, I think, February 1st. And of course, pressure on myself for, you know, we have the systems in place. I have to film all those videos and stuff. So that way people are welcomed, because I think it'd be amazing for clients to log in as soon as they make payment and commit, because they see the community right away, and the community's been awesome. Okay, so that is on the agenda for the rest of the month, really. Okay, check-ins have been great. In terms of the check-in process, Bryson and Johnny, especially, like, I definitely want to start looping you guys into check-ins, and we'll probably have another meeting as well on literally just check-in protocol, because I think it'd be super cool to to start to see how we can divvy it up, as well as like start to see like, you know, workflows, because Johnny works mainly earlier in the day. It actually works out pretty perfectly. Johnny works mainly early in the day, and Bryson, because you're 2 hours behind us, you're at the end of our day, in the middle of your day kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So that works out perfectly, because then we can divvy it up. Okay, Johnny's responsibilities here, hours here, this, that kind of thing, which will be amazing. And then we'll go from there in terms of the check-ins and stuff. Cool?
Cool.
All right, so I wanted to ask, that's kind of the agenda. I wanted to ask, what's everyone kind of working on, or any responsibilities that you guys have, and of course, any other way I can support you guys.
Well, I'm just working on the whole handbook at the moment. I mean, did you look at all that, by the way? Like all the absolute brain dumping?
I looked at it yesterday. Have you put in anything different from yesterday?
In the handbook, no, but I went through Exceed Nutrition and I looked at all those, which that's crazy. All that stuff in there. Holy shit, dude.
Right? Dude, it's going to play such a huge, like, clients are going to love it because of the amount of recipes you get. And
that's crazy.
Especially because it breaks down by macro. So then when I start to ask clients to track their macros, they're just going to be like, oh, well, I can literally just use this recipe, 3 times, or, you know what I mean? Like, do a common recipe, this recipe, literally. Did I show Michelle and Johnny, did I show you guys? I showed you guys, right? The recipes? I think you showed me, yeah. Yeah, I think I showed you guys on our one-to-ones. So it's going to be super awesome for them to just refer to that, and then, like, creativity. And then it works in tandem back to us, right? Because then that's their Tasty Tuesday. You know what I mean? Then they start to post the recipes. Hey, I used this recipe off of this, and this is how it came out. It was really nice. I did this tweak because I have less carbs than everyone else, whatever. And that's where it's like very fluid, right? And then of course we can accommodate many more clients like that, because Bryson, we've had this discussion. I think I've had a discussion with every single one of you guys, where if someone can't afford to pay $400, $500 a month for high ticket coaching, but they still want the community, they still want access to our programs, they still want access to our training programs, and they just, I guess they can't afford check-ins, right? I'd still want them to be a part of Every Fitness so they can see some sort of benefit, and we can serve them in some different way. Make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, fitness as the community?
Yeah, well, really as coaching as a whole.
Oh, okay.
And then that ties in with me posting transformations on the community. This is how we upsell. We're able to upsell like this. It comes in as a low ticket offer. Maybe they're not sold, or maybe they just don't have everyone has the funds. Something that I've learned in sales. Everyone has the funds. If they really need it, they will make it happen. Okay. But when they start to see transformations, and when we start to see, oh, he's in the check-in once a week program that we'll name it, I don't know, the high-end blah, 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 blah program, and he sees this results, you start to upsell. You'll have clients be like, oh, well, maybe I would benefit from a check-in once a week. You get what I'm saying? This is how business flow happens. And this is how you're able to upsell, because you show them, like, it's called FOMO, fear of missing out. They are missing out on the check-in process, and they're able to upsell that way. So the person that's in a business world paying only $100 a month, decide, you know what, I'm going to do the 400, or I'm going to break it up into whatever, because it's worth it to me. There's value. And it also causes retention. Why? Because someone who maybe has been checking in once a week for so long, has been paying $400 for so long, and is like, you know what, like, I could probably bring the check-in frequency down every other week, or I don't really need check-ins anymore, but I still want to be a part of the community. Then you downsell. So instead of them, leaving completely, you're able to downsell. All right, you know what, we'll bring you in the lower rate so you can still have access to everything. We'll just change check-ins. Done. Your client retention goes up. Everyone's happy. You make the clients happy. Your business is happy. Everyone here is happy. Just a win-win situation. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk very freely with, like, the business and, like, what goes on in my mind. is I want you guys to see like there's a method behind my madness. You know what I mean? Like there's not every step that I take in the business and why I ask Michelle to welcome people in the community, right? Or why I'm asking Bryson for the onboarding, or Johnny when I ask you to make these certain programs a certain way every other week or every week, whatever check-ins. There's a method behind that. Like every step that I try to take for ME Fitness is calculated, and that's why we are where we are today. You know, there's a future thinking. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But awesome. So hopefully that all made sense.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Sure.
I was waiting at the end to be like, yeah, that didn't make any sense, dude.
Yeah.
You're still shit. Yeah. Okay. So Bryson, you're working right now on the handbook and the onboarding process as a whole, right?
Yeah.
And also the one-off programs. Is there any way that do you need any assistance to anything?
I think mainly just maybe like you filtering out what really is necessary, because I put so much in there, and I know, like, for example, it's however many pages it is, and that's ridiculous. So I think trimming it down, but I don't know what is most important for you to keep in there. And also it's not.
Are you talking about the, sorry to cut you off, in the handbook or the
handbook? Yeah. Well, okay. Honestly, everything, because I'm just trying to think of it as if I was in your shoes. I would want to like have final say over what's going out, because I wouldn't want to be like, oh, it's generated, it's cool, I'm sure it's good. So I think I'm just on pause because I want to make sure that you approve of everything before I. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, in terms of that, right? Like I'm okay with a 30-page handbook, 100%.
Okay.
I'm okay with that because that consolidates the amount of resources we have on the actual demand on the on-demand tab, right? Because instead of us saying, yo, go check out this resource on the on-demand tab, you would just say, check out page 24 on the
okay.
handbook.
So you do want that then?
Yes, because it consolidates all the different shit that's on there. Because when we start to actually include the recipes, when we start to include the, hey, this is a sample meal plan for 1,300 to 1,600 calories, or this is a generic 12-week fat loss program, at least we're consolidating, 10 documents into one. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there's not that much like shit for people to go through. And plus, like, remember, the whole point behind the onboarding process is we'll have this handbook, right? But also I'm making the videos and we're sending out the different documentations for when people come on. So it's basically a way to welcome them and say, this is how we do things. And if you ever need to refer to things, go to the handbook.
Okay.
With the table of contents that we'll create, it'll be really easy to just go through it.
Okay. So you want all the resources that we have now, pretty much all of them, to be in one singular spot as far as the handbook goes. Is that kind of the idea? Besides
the training handbook. I think the training handbook.
Yeah, it's separate, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want a nutrition handbook too? Because there's so much nutrition stuff.
In terms of the current documentation, or are you talking about Exceed?
Well, I guess if you threw in Exceed as well, that could be different. But I mean, all the macros, how to get protein, how to weigh your food, all that stuff. Or do you want all that to be just general handbook?
What do you guys think? Because the way I'll think about it is this, and just to loop in Johnny and Michelle into our discussion, like we're creating a handbook with like client signs on, they have all they need at their disposal in one document. Okay. So there's a couple ways to go about this. You can make it one long handbook, right? Or you can split it up depending on category. So the way I would think about it is that there's two trains of thought or two choices we have, right? One being everything on one, right? Or one other approach where it's like we have a handbook for just someone starting. So the onboarding handbook, for example, right? How to weigh your food, how to take pictures, how to measure yourself, like things like that, like what do meal options mean, right? Then you can also have the training handbook. What is progressive overload? What does Mina mean by when he says cluster set, whatever. And then also the nutrition handbook, which would be sort of similar to the onboarding, right? But then more in depth. So like carbs, fats, things like that. Like what is a carb? What is a protein? What is a fat? So what do you guys think?
I was thinking like have it as like a textbook style, like chapter 1, like the onboarding stuff, and then chapter 2, nutrition, like set up like that. I think that'd be.
I like that.
What I would do.
So just one big document.
Yeah.
Split up into sections.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. What you just made me think of is you do that in Everfit already. Because Everfit, when you create a resource, right? Like when you actually go into the app itself, you're basically, the documents are split up into sections. You guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you go to the on-demand tab, like I'm on the on-demand tab and I go to like diet and training, I have training. I don't know if you guys see it. Training here. And then I also have diet here, right? So really, it's the same thing, but it would just be training, one handbook, diet, one handbook, and then onboarding, one handbook, right? Or starting, one handbook. So we can, sorry, go ahead, Michelle.
Sorry, I just have one question. All clients get that.
Yeah.
All handbooks. It's not like different tiers of who gets the handbook of this one, that one. Everybody gets it.
Yeah, we would just have to be very careful. So I got hungry again, sorry. So we would have to be very careful with wording. Like the way I thought about it when I was like thinking about how I'd record videos for people signing on is that I have to be careful. I'm like, okay, so you may see meal options on your diet, or you may see macros, and this is how you do it, okay? So making it very generic so it encompasses everyone, so that way I don't have to make 4 videos. Or check-ins, right? When I make check-ins, because that's usually the difference between the packages. All right, so your check-ins, depending on the program that you have, you can have a check-in every week, every 2 weeks, every whatever, and this is how they come up, right? That way it encompasses everyone at once. So you don't have to, like, we don't have to divvy it up that way. So everyone gets the same thing. You guys get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you want 3 books then, or is that?
Yeah, I think it can be all, like we could have a resource collection called handbooks, just handbooks. You press it, then you see training handbook, nutrition handbook, and then getting started handbook, something like that. And I think we can actually repurpose the getting started handbook also in our onboarding section, onboarding collection, because we're going to have an onboarding collection 1000%, but that will be with the handbook and also videos of what we're already sending them on a day-to-day, Bryson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the video that I sent on day 3, for example, of how this is how you measure food, will also be there for the reference in the onboarding collection.
Okay, so you're just kind of cherry picking what you want to give them each day for them to focus on, and then have the homework, as you call it, and then after that they get the full-blown thing?
Yeah, because what I noticed is on Everfit, you can do an automation. So I can literally, like, if they log in today, Monday, I can have an automation so the second day they're logged in, it's a task. So an automatic task comes up and it says, watch video. You know what I mean? And it'll tell them. You send them a notification. You know, I think that's something I sent you as well. So that's what was like really cool about that training I was telling you about. Yeah. Because in essence, you're just really putting in, like, I have a video on Google Drive, send the link over as a task, watch this video, and at the end of the video, reply, I will say, message me an Apple emoji, you know, that homework you were talking about. And then boom, so I know they watched it.
Okay.
Cool. So that video that I'm assigning as a task during their onboarding week, right, because it's basically an onboarding week, is also going to be for their reference in the onboarding collection too. So they ever want to rewatch it or whatever, it's there. So they, you know, if they select complete on the task, they can't watch it ever again. So it wouldn't make sense.
Okay, cool.
Does that help?
Yeah. By the way, with the autoflow, do they have to be in, so everybody's going to be funneled into the same autoflow then to be in this?
Yeah, I think
so. So the autoflow wouldn't have a program then, right?
So what program is in, like, training program?
Yeah, I guess I'm just confused on what, because I thought autoflow was like they get put into a program immediately with everything that's already scheduled.
So you can turn that off. You don't have to assign them to a program. And that's why I'm working on that on-demand Netflix style training. Mm-hmm. Because I'll be very clear on the call. I'll be like, hey, look, like, until your custom training, custom diet plan is made available to you, you have access to all these generic training plans to get you started. You know, go play around with them. If you like anything, let us know. But, you know, it typically takes us 5 days to actually write the training. And that's when Johnny goes ahead and actually programs them their exact training. But they still have access to the whole vault, that Netflix style thing that Andrew's going to be working on.
Okay.
So that, you know what I mean? So then they have that training program collection already given to them. They click it and they can select the workout.
Okay. So you just put them in the auto flow with all the messages and all that. And then on their personal profile, that's where you assign the program. Gotcha.
Yes.
Cool.
So basically the whole workflow is client signs, I add them to the app, assign them to the auto flow. Everything goes automatically. They have access to everything. Back end is I communicate, or whoever communicates to Johnny or whoever's programming at the time. Yo, this thing, or actually, by the way, we can set it up so Johnny can just look at the people that have been added in the auto flow. Like per day, he can just check, right? And then he sees all their information anyways, because I'll build it in that way. And then he's like, all right, cool. These two need programs by the end of this week. Nice, done. You know? So then that's the back end work. So then once he's done actually assigning them their actual diet, their actual macros, their actual training program, they're notified of that. I'm like, hey, look, like, you know, we want them to go through the whole onboarding week anyways. So then at the end, you can just, Johnny goes ahead or whoever schedules it for that to start. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And what's really cool with EverFit is that you can start workouts and diets at any time. So if Johnny finishes it on day one that they're assigned to, he can just schedule the workout or the program or the diet to be next week, next Monday, you know? And then
okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? So like this makes things so much easier because like I signed 3 clients today, I think. They could be in the program right now, you know, instead of them waiting and, you know, like, you know, you never want someone to pay me like the amount of money they're paying for 6 months or whatever. And they're just like, all right, now I wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're trying to avoid all of that by all the on-demand tab stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and plus the community. The community is going to be the best thing because that's their first task. The first task, as soon as they get on the app, is to introduce themselves in the community. Mm-hmm. That'll be number one. Because once they do that, they get that warm welcome from everyone. They're like, this is the place to be. This is awesome.
Yeah,
you know?
That's some social commitment too.
Exactly. So then from there, it's like, all right, they're in the green, you know, and we want them to start in the green.
Okay, cool. No, that makes perfect sense.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Anything else?
I have a quick question in regards to tomorrow's post for Tasty Tuesday. Did you want me to put out a vote of what recipe they want or no? Or should that have been done earlier today?
Let's wait on that only because Bryson's in the middle of actually going through all the recipes and stuff, just making sure that he likes what recipes we have. We'll pull you in, Michelle, and add you to that because plus we still need to like actually change the logos and the colors on all those different bundles that we have because like it literally just says your logo here.
Did you?
Okay.
Mina, did you see that all these recipes are also custom recipes in MyFitnessPal? So all you have to do is scan the bar. Did you see? That's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
That's nuts.
And the only thing is, MyFitnessPal is a bunch of scumbags. Now you have to actually pay for the barcode.
Yeah. Well, I told you how to get it for free, right?
You have to change your location to Sweden? No,
I think it's Switzerland, and then you get it. Let me see.
All right. I mean,
how did you figure that out?
I honestly
someone just told me, and I was like, "Oh."
By the way, he told me that during his interview. And I think he told me that during his interview, and I just like thought to my head, I'm like, "Yeah, I got the right guy."
I can't even find it. Okay, here we go. So you have to change your location to Switzerland, and you have to change your zip code to. Let me see. Please hold.
Do we tell our clients this?
Oh, here's the thing. I don't want people to know about this unless they really need to, because I don't want to get ruined for myself, you know?
Yeah. No, plus it's just kind of like, I'm not going to lie, it looks kind of scummy on my side. I'm like, guys, look, I can get you.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, Switzerland, and then my zip code is 6900. So, yeah, it works. I mean, I don't want people to know about it, but if it helps your client, you know.
I think let's hold on it because I already had a couple ideas of like giveaway prizes. Nice.
Yeah.
I think I have a couple ideas of giveaway prizes. Like I'll pay for their whole year membership to MyFitnessPal. You know what I mean?
Oh, there you go.
Like that'll be like, oh, and you win a whole year membership of MyFitnessPal. Use the premium feature. It's on me.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
I think that'd be pretty cool once we get the ball rolling. So we can wait. And plus, like, end of the day, you just search it up. You know, like it just takes a couple extra seconds. When I have like like an orange soda or something, you just search it up and that's it. By the way, this is the best diet drink you can have ever.
Sun-kissed orange.
Yeah, 0. Oh.
0.
Awesome. So, Michelle, do you need a recipe for tomorrow? Like one of my favorite recipes?
I can actually send them all right now in this chat.
But did we change the logo and stuff or not?
No, I thought you just meant for just the recipe itself.
Like just a random, like I can just copy and paste the recipe and just put it on there.
That's what I thought you were doing. So I don't know.
No, I think it'd be better if we like actually can share the picture.
Oh, okay.
Like the picture of the picture of the food and it's like the
recipe
and stuff.
Yeah.
So let's hold on that. Michelle, what was my last recipe I sent you?
I would have to look.
Bowl or something?
Well,
Let's see.
Like a
We
yogurt.
go to our messages. Oh yeah. And somebody wanted the macros. Did they hit you up for that?
Yeah. Every time I post something like that, I get like 10 messages. Hey, how do I do this on my plan? I'm like, dude, you have it. Like, just
right.
I don't know what you want me to do. Whatever. Can we just like?
I don't know if this helps any, but there's no logos or branding in any of the recipes. The only problem is it says example.com, but that's the only thing that's branded, I guess.
Can I take a screenshot it and crop that off?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's at the very bottom too.
Okay. You want to do that, Mina?
If that's cool, yeah.
Bryson, you mind sharing your screen and showing me?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Give me 5 minutes to figure this out.
Sorry, we're like 2 minutes over on time. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Okay, should it be good?
Mm-hmm.
So it has a photo here. There's no branding at all, and then it just has this, and the only thing is just the example.com.
The only apprehension I have towards this, because we're not at the macro stage yet, is that people are going to ask me, oh, how do I incorporate this on my diet? Because we're very specific with amounts and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
I can imagine, you share this breakfast bar. You're like, oh, okay. Like, by the way, like, there's no protein on it, right? So it's like, okay, so how do I do this on my diet? I'm going to have to tell people, like, you can't. You don't have 30 grams of carbs per meal. Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah.
So that would be something that I would want to avoid.
Okay.
Up until like we can kind of get that macro approach going, because then it's going to be so easy because they can search it up on MyFitnessPal and just allot it towards whatever they want to do that day.
Okay, cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So just hold off on this then.
Yeah, let's hold off on that. I'm trying to look at my pictures of food so I can show people. Did I ever do a steak and sweet potato?
No, I think you did the sushi bowl or whatever that thing.
I never did a steak and sweet potato. You sure?
I don't think so, but let me look.
And if I didn't, that's great.
Oh, I bet it's this thing, Mina. There you go.
Yep. So I have premium. So you can literally just do the brand kit. But before you do that, on the Exceed Nutrition, like if you go back to the Exceed Nutrition tab, if you go all the way down here, so they'll show you how to customize it because there's a design tutorial on how to like change the text and colors and stuff.
Okay.
But there's so shortcuts as well. I'm not sure if it's there in the design tutorial, but there's an actual shortcut of how to replace all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just click the full.
Whatever. So yeah, so it'll be like super simple, and then you can kind of see how to assimilate that towards us.
Okay, cool. Well, hot damn. All right, cool.
They make it so easy.
Am I good to stop sharing? Did you need to see this?
I want to see everything. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, come over here.
I don't think I have a steak for me. Oh, wait. Just kidding. Yes, you do. The steak, broccoli,
I mean,
and sweet potatoes.
does this look appetizing? I'm going to share this with you. If this looks appetizing, then let's just do it. But I don't think it does. Team Emmy Fit. Sent.
Wait, in our text?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, you texted it to us?
Like iMessage, yeah.
Oh, I'm not even in there. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it's kind of gross, no?
I mean,
I think it looks good.
Not every meal is gonna look perfect. This
That's
is the real.
That's actually everyone's meal option one. Everyone's meal option
Good.
one. Some sort of egg, some sort of cold cut, and some sort of toast.
I think it looks pretty good too.
All right,
Yeah.
we're done.
Is that Polynesian sauce any good?
Oh, it's great.
Sugar
I
free.
just made a whole video on sauces. I got out of my comfort zone. I went to the grocery store and I just recorded content.
How'd that feel? I think that shit's so cringy. I gotta get over that fear myself.
I hated it, but I had to do it. So I went and I just recorded a whole bunch of videos. People were just looking at me like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
I was holding sauces.
You wearing the mic right here? Yeah.
I was around the mic. I don't give a shit. It's
What's
crazy.
up, guys?
I hate recording content. I went to the gym. I try to go at a time no one's there, so I'll go like a Saturday night or Sunday night.
Yeah.
So while everyone's out having a life, here I am.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, so I'll go. So I went there, recorded, and then I went to the grocery store right after. So I was totally just screwed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Polynesian is good, but his sweet chili is the best.
Wait, what brand is that?
George Hughes.
George Hughes. What store do you go to? You have a Kroger over there?
I don't know if we have a Kroger over here, but we do have Stop and Shop and ShopRite and Walmart. They all have it.
I think Stop and Shop is. You know what I'm talking about? Kroger. How they have so many different. All right.
Stop and Shop has good ones.
Walmart.
I have
has-
one. Walmart. I
Walmart
have a
has-
Stop and Shop right around the corner. I never go.
Guys, wait out for my video and we'll go from there.
Wait, what are you eating right now? What is that? Is that this?
I have chicken thighs, dude.
Oh, okay.
Chicken. And I marinated it in a General Tso sauce.
Mm-hmm.
That's like really good. It's like 40 calories per tablespoon, which is a little much. But I'm just like, whatever. I made a whole bunch of chicken thighs.
Well, you're 4 meals behind today, so I think you're all right.
I know. I'm gonna finish this meal and get another one.
Yeah. There you go.
How do you measure your food after marinating it in a sauce?
I just cook it. I cook it and that's the chicken.
Oh. Isn't it like heavier, the sauce? After you cook it.
I like half a gram.
Oh. See, you know me. I'm like, no, the sauce comes after.
I think that's a good ass question, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
No, like don't get me wrong. Like when I'm dieting, I measure everything, like to the gram, like even the sauces. But when I'm now, I'm just trying not to be a fat ass. And plus, like I'm really pushing a lot of food lately, so I just make my food taste good, you know.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna start dieting soon, and that's gonna be fun. So.
Yeah, the community is waiting for some updates on that, by the way.
Shit.
Are you just going to diet or are you going to compete again?
They're gonna keep waiting. Honestly, Bryson, I want to compete so fucking bad.
Yeah.
But I know if I compete now, like, and not having like had a proper off season or anything like that, I'm gonna look like shit.
Yeah.
I'll be shredded to the bone. Like my face like sunks up like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I like probably won't have enough mass on me to be anything. So
Which organization did you compete in?
NPC.
NPC? Okay.
That's like the only thing around us.
Wasn't there a whole bunch of these random ass natural leagues? Oh, peace out, Michelle.
Sorry, Michelle. Peace.
She says, I'm out.
Like, fuck NPC. Yeah, there's OCB around, but the only one that's near us is like Pennsylvania. And I'm not trying to drive 4 hours for a show.
Oh, you don't want it bad enough. Come on. Just playing.
All right. That was basically all I wanted to cover. Anything you guys want to cover?
I have a question. Oh, go ahead.
So I have two days throughout the week now where I have 8 a.m. classes. So that's gonna like affect my morning like workflow a little bit. I think it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let me double check. But
So what time do you have this classes?
on Monday from 8 to 11 and on Friday from 8 to 1. Like I'm just in school.
All right. So the workflow, as in the messages in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you did a stellar job today. You like covered all your messages, which is great. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, no messages will be answered.
No, it's Mondays and Fridays. Sorry, Mondays and Fridays.
Okay, Mondays or Fridays. Shit, Monday's gonna be rough because Mondays are when we have most of our messages being done.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to waking up at like 6 to like just get some messages out of the way. But I know that's.
I mean, if you want to start your shift earlier and just message earlier, that would be great. Because I wake up at 6 too, but I have like a rule that I don't touch my phone for an hour or so. Excuse me, orange soda's killing me. So if you want to do that, I'd really appreciate that. So that way, at least while you're in classes, you don't have to worry about, oh fuck, when am I going to get back on?
Yeah.
So I think that'd be like really great. And then you get your messages done. And then from there, then you get to the rest of your workflow. Like my ideal scenario for you guys, for Bryson too, is like Johnny takes care of all the messages in the morning. And then Bryson, once he logs on at night, he takes care of the messages there. And then that's it. You know what I mean? Like have 2 windows where we're taking care of messages. So that way, any message that was left over from, nighttime, Johnny's taking care in the morning. And then any messages from midday to afternoon, Bryson takes care. So our clients are constantly being answered.
Okay.
Yeah.
When is that going to start for me? Because right now I'm not in anything with clients whatsoever right now.
Yeah, I think right now you're still more operation based. I probably think right after we finish the onboarding and have that, with a bow, tied up with a bow, I think that's when I actually want you to be more client facing. And I'll introduce you to your messaging styles. I think you message, by the way, Bryson, with your clients, very similar to how I speak anyway. So it's going to be very, very easy.
Okay, cool. That's one thing I was always thinking about. I was like, how are they going to, what if I don't know.
No, Johnny does a very good job messaging me like me now. Because it's the same thing. Like you want to be uplifting, you want to be like super energetic, stuff like that. And then you go from there. So that's typically how I do it. And I saw actually, Bryson, honestly, I wasn't stalking you. It came up on my Facebook. You posted a post about how you were messaging a client of yours in the CLA. So I actually saw how you were messaging him, and that's literally how I would message, like word for word.
Wait, I posted it in the CLA?
I think so. I think it was you.
Yeah, Michelle said her phone died.
That's okay. A message that I think you were trying to reach out to a client that just wasn't answering.
Oh, yeah.